Hi, welcome back to the Island Plan. So after the first couple of videos I got a bit of feedback from people, and I don't know really what happened with the first one, but a lot of the audio, well, was rubbish to be quite honest. So rather than re-record and faff around like that, I thought I'd just cover off some of the content from that and a bit of a summary as to where we are so far in the journey and what's next. So the bit missing from the video was really the why and what the island plan is. So I am Neil Bachelor. I'm a fat dad from Yorkshire, and I'm looking at a way to really secure my family's future. Nothing revolutionary, nothing crazy, but I've had an idea, a thought, something that I think could work, could help, could really move us forward. And here I am in my office, which is a shed at the bottom of the garden, and I want to share the journey with whoever's interested as to, can we build a sustainable and different business on one of the Scottish Islands. And when I say sustainable and different, the reason is it's not just going to be a generic property to let or holiday lets, Airbnb, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to build something a little bit different that's kind of self-sustaining. Put some very nice, very well built log cabins on there, on a plot of land. Put some solar panels on the roof. Look at alternative water sources that are more sustainable. Maybe put a few beehives and raise some chickens on there, so that it can be its own little eco-friendly, self-sustaining plot business that anybody who wants to get off the grid for a little bit, relax, take in some of the stunning Scottish scenery, wildlife, walks, they can go to. They can book, stay at these cabins and just enjoy the peace and tranquility up there, which is second to none. Let's be honest, it's an amazing place. And from my perspective, it's a new source of revenue for the family. It's one that we can feel good about, and it's positive. It's nice for the people visiting. Hopefully it's nice for the island, bringing in new visitors and tourists. But there is a second side to this, one that's also fairly important to me. And that second side is, what if things go a bit wonky, get a bit tense, shall we say? Can this little island retreat that we build and we run as a business, can that be somewhere we can go, so we can kind of ride out the storm? And I'm not talking nuclear apocalypse or aliens landing in Tesco's car park and the end of the world. I'm talking about mass power cuts, civil unrest, let's face it, global pandemics, all these things that sound ridiculous, unheard of, not possible, until they happen. I'm not some conspiracy theorist. I'm not a prepper. I have no survival skills to speak of. I am just a guy with an idea, and I'm a dad who's worried about my family. So looking at ways we can safeguard ourselves and put ourselves in a position where, should anything go wrong, should things get uneasy, uncertain, we can go and stay somewhere that's safe, that's got power, if it's got solar on the roof, that's got some food. I mean, the islands up there, they're amazing places. There's fishing, there's farmland, there's, if I do follow the plan through, there's chickens and bees providing honey, eggs, and, well, chicken. So why not? For a couple of months we could go up there and kind of get away from whatever's happening. And hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And if it doesn't come to that, then this is a really fun, really pleasant business that provides for my family, provides for the island, and provides for potential tourists. So for me, it's a win-win. It's that idea that should the worst come about, it'd be good. Should the worst not come about, even better. It's just a nice holiday that people can go to and enjoy. So yeah, that's the island plan. And these videos, this content that I'm creating here is an important part of this. Because as I've said at the start, I have no survival skills. I don't have a huge budget to start this with. I am literally just a dad with an idea and a family I want to look after. So these videos are crucial. These videos need to build an audience. The audience needs to generate revenue from YouTube directly, advertising, whatever. And that revenue will then fund the next phase. So these videos will be me doing the research I can from home. We'll be looking at, is it possible, the previous video to this, if you go back and watch, I'll link up here or down there or wherever it pops up to that video, will show me researching some of the islands I have in mind. The basic high level research, which is answering the question, can an idiot like me buy land up there? And how much does it cost? Is it possible at all? Which, is a big question here. I don't know. Well, I do now because I've done that video, but at the start, we don't know. All this is speculative. All this is me trying to figure it out and taking you, whoever's watching, along for the journey. And as the journey progresses, if the videos can generate some money, that will be spent funding the next phase, which is me visiting the island, talking to locals, talking to planning officials, seeing if I can buy the land, if that is possible. Can I build on it? Is it worth building? Do tourists want to visit the islands? And if they do, what draws them there? I have some ideas. I visited most of the islands myself as a kid on holidays, and it's part of the reason I chose them. But is it still a draw? Do people still want to go? And if they do, where do I need to put the land? Where do I need to put these cabins so that they can attract tourists, so they're in the right area? All this research needs to be done. All this needs to be right, because I'm not a multimillionaire. I don't have generational wealth that I can afford to just gamble on this. I need to research this. I need to make sure it's right before I take the next step, before I put money in, before we progress to buying the land, progress to building the cabins, progress to putting the infrastructure in place, which none of it's cheap. And you'll see as we go, everything I will be looking at, every question I ask, every answer I get, I will document on these videos. And the reason is as well, I don't think I can be the only person who feels this way, who feels things are a little bit uneasy right now, a little bit uncertain. We've got stuff going on in the Middle East. We've got the war between Russia and Ukraine rumbling on. I mean, as I record this video, we've attacks on the Jewish community in London. All these things are worrying. All these things feel to me, in my humble opinion, to be escalating, not de-escalating. And I just want to make sure that should that continue, should we end up in a position where these things become a real risk, a real threat to my family and I, we've got somewhere we can go. We've got somewhere we can go where we are away from all this, where there's a sea in between us and some of the unrest, some of the uncertainty. So that's where we are. That's what was missing from the first video. I apologise, the audio went crazy. Hopefully this one's better. And what I will say is please do look out for the next video. Like, subscribe, do the YouTube stuff. Because coming up, I'll be going a bit more into detail about the benefits of each island. Ironically, the Isle of Mull, which is one of them I'm considering, back on TV. The kids show Ballamore is returned, which is awesome. So yeah, there's lots of stuff coming up. There's lots of questions that I don't know the answer to. All the way from, would solar panels even work? I mean, I love Scotland, but let's be honest, it's not the sunniest place on earth. Is it worth putting solar panels on the roof of the building there? Are log cabins appropriate? Would they last? It's quite harsh up there. How hard is it to get infrastructure, water, gas, electric if needed, to those plots? Would bees and chickens survive? I've said they'd be great to have there. Would they survive? What about transport? Do I need to learn how to drive a boat? Would a normal petrol car be worth keeping up there? Who knows? Somebody does. I don't. So these videos, keep in touch, keep coming back, and I'll get the answers to these, and hopefully soon you'll see me trekking up there to Scotland and visiting these islands and speaking to the locals, and who knows, hopefully very soon, breaking ground and building some of these cabins, making this plan, this island plan, a reality. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.